Have you read the newspaper ads for annuities that promise 8 to 10% guaranteed returns each year? Can this really be true? Hi, I'm Julia Lemke, Certified Financial Planner, and today I'm going to uncover how these fixed index annuities really work. The good, the bad, and the ugly. So why am I an annuity expert? Well, I've spent the last decade of my life not only studying finance, but I manage millions of dollars for our clients who are approaching, newly, and in retirement. Every day I help people retire when they want and how they want. I've reviewed hundreds of annuities in my career, and I know the difference between a good one and a bad one. Before I get started though, please be sure to like and subscribe to our channel. We're trying to grow our community here, and this really helps us get this information out to as many people as possible. So thank you in advance. Over the years, we've had several clients call into our office asking us about the annuities they read about in the newspaper that guarantee 8 to 10% in annual return. As soon as we heard this, we knew which annuities they were referring to, and we also knew that these fixed index annuities did not actually pay an 8 to 10% annual return. Let me explain. When you invest in a fixed indexed annuity with a guaranteed income rider, you actually have two different account values. First, your real account value or your death benefit that grows at a very low rate of return each year. And two, your phantom account value or your income rider base. Your income rider base is the phantom account that does roll up each year with some companies at 8 to 10% before you start pulling your guaranteed income. There are several companies that will also add a bonus onto this phantom account. And I say phantom account because you can't actually touch or pull from this at your discretion. And if you pass away, this is not what your beneficiaries get. So what's the point of this phantom account if you can't touch it at your discretion? Well, it's the account value that the insurance company bases your guaranteed lifetime annual income on. So let's say that you're 60 years old and you invest $100,000 into a fixed indexed annuity with an income rider that you'll withdraw guaranteed income from in 5 years or at 65. The insurance company will give you a 10% bonus plus an 8% annual roll-up while you delay taking income. So your $100,000 will turn into $110,000 in your phantom account. Then it will grow at 8% simple interest each year for the next 5 years. So your $110,000 income base value grows to $154,000, and at age 65, you can pull 4.5% out per year in guaranteed income. So you can pull $6,930 per year for the rest of your life, even if your real account value goes to zero. However, your real account value or your death benefit will only grow at 1 to 2% per year realistically, because one, it's burdened by an income rider fee, which range anywhere from 50 basis points to 2%, and two, there are low caps and fixed rates. This is not an investment. This is a pension that you're creating, okay? So it's not that your $100,000 is earning 8% per year and you can just pull at your discretion, no. Your $100,000 is tied up for the rest of your life in exchange for a guaranteed income payment that will never run out as long as you live. And this isn't a bad thing. In fact, we use top income annuities in our practice for pension lump sums a lot because we normally beat the income by the pension, and if our clients pass away, the remainder account value goes to their families or kids instead of the previous employer. So, they're not as advantageous as advertised in the newspaper though. In fact, some of these fixed index annuities with income riders have egregious terms. 12 to 15 years, low roll-ups, no bonuses, low payout percentages, etc. If you want to invest in one of these, you need to make sure you're working with a fiduciary who will find the best terms for you, not the highest commissions for them. Clearly, if there were annuities that were just offering 8 to 10% per year in real money, everyone would put their money in these and no one would be taking any risk in the stock market. So that is how a fixed index annuity works for guaranteed income. The pros are you can create your own guaranteed pension at decent rates, but the con is these funds are now spoken for permanently. You have exchanged your lump sum for a guaranteed income stream. Now let's move on to fixed index annuities that are used just for safe growth. Just like any other annuity, there are different lengths, right? Term lengths, anywhere from 5 to 15 years. And you really don't need to go out more than 5 to 7 years to find great terms. The reason they're called fixed indexed annuities and not just fixed annuities is because their performance is based on an index, whether it's the standard S&P 500 index or a company-made index. And instead of paying an annual fee for the account, you either have a spread, cap, or participation rate, or a trigger. Let me translate. Let's say you invest $100,000 on January 20th in the S&P 500 spread strategy, and the spread is 2%. If the S&P 500 between January 20th this year and January 20th next year returns 8%, you will earn 6. Okay, because it's 8% minus the 2% spread. The insurance company gets to keep that 2% spread. If the S&P 500 loses 8% over that same year, you would earn 0%, okay? So they can't take a spread if the index is down. All of these strategies are available as annual point-to-point, meaning that your interest will credit each year and compound over time. Now let's say that you invest in the S&P 500 cap strategy, and the cap is 6% per year. Well, if the S&P 500 returns 8%, you will earn 6%, as that is the most you can earn. If the S&P returns 3%, you will earn 3%. If the S&P loses 8%, you will earn 0%. A participation rate is where you will earn a certain percentage of the S&P 500 annual return. So if your participation rate is 60% and the S&P 500 returns 8%, you will earn 4.8%. If the S&P 500 returns 10%, you will earn 6%. The last strategy I'm going to review is actually my favorite strategy. It's called the performance trigger, and I love it when it's linked with the S&P 500 index. This strategy says that if the S&P 500 returns any positive performance, even if it's plus 0.5% over your contract year, you will automatically earn a stated percentage. Right now, there is a 5-year fixed indexed annuity with an 8.5% performance trigger. So if you invest $100,000 today and there is positive S&P 500 performance over the next year, even if it's nominal, right, which by the way is a high likelihood based on history, you will automatically earn 8.5% on your money for that year. Now, if the market goes down, you will earn 0%. So the market does have to return something, but it's much lower than what you would need to make a profit using a spread, participation rate, or a cap strategy. Let's look at an example over a 5-year period comparing this performance trigger fixed index annuity to an S&P 500 ETF. These numbers are hypothetical, but they illustrate exactly how the annuity works. Now, in this example, the annuity comes out on top. However, this is not always the case. It's the luck of the returns of the market, but the pros to a good fixed index annuity are 1, you're mitigating stock market risk while still earning a high rate of return most years, right? Higher than you could earn in a high yield savings account or CD or a multi-year guarantee annuity. The cons are that your money is mostly tied up for a period of time, and if the market performs poorly each year, you could earn nothing. Okay, and this is on a good fixed index annuity. Unfortunately, folks, there are more bad fixed index annuity terms than good. So again, please work with a professional that you trust. Investing in annuities is a huge decision as it reduces your liquidity. So if you're going to do it, you need to invest in the best available annuity to make it worth your while. Here are a few quick tips when investing in a fixed index annuity for growth. 1, invest in seasonally good months of the year, because your indexing dates are based on the issue date of your policy, not January 1st through January 1st of each year. The best months for annual renewals in the S&P 500 based on history are January, April, July, August, November, and December. These months produce the highest returns year over year. Speaking of the S&P 500 index, only use this index. There are plenty of fixed index annuities with company-made indexes that are untrackable, able to be manipulated by the insurance company, and you guessed it, perform terribly year over year. Only index your funds to the S&P 500. No other index will perform as well. Also, don't sign up for a term that's longer than 10 years, and you really don't need to go out more than 7 years on these annuities for growth. Also, pay attention to the free annual withdrawal amount. 10% per year is standard and allows for pretty good liquidity throughout the contract. Do not invest more than 35% of your net worth in annuities with terms of 5 years or more. You need ample liquidity, so annuities can only be for a portion of your investment portfolio. Please keep in mind that fixed indexed annuities are backed by the creditworthiness of the issuing insurance company, so it's crucial to choose a highly rated carrier with a good reputation. Okay folks, there you have it. All you need to know about fixed indexed annuities for income and for safe growth. Like any investment, there are pros and cons, and that's why it's important to diversify your portfolio. Please reach out if we can help you choose the right annuity for you or help you better understand the one you currently have. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.